Luke chapter 14. Later he went into the house of one of the leading Pharisees for a meal on the Sabbath day. They were watching him closely. In front of him was a man suffering from dropsy. Yeshua asked the Torah teachers and Pharisees, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" But they remained silent. So he took hold of the man and healed him and sent him on his way. He asked them, "If your son or your ox falls into the pit on the Sabbath day, wouldn't you pull him out immediately?" They couldn't give him an answer to that. When he noticed that they were choosing the best seating at the tables, he gave an analogy to the guests who were present. When you are invited by someone to a banquet hall, don't take the best seating. Perhaps someone more distinguished than you may have been invited. Then the person who invited you will come and say, "Give your place to this person." Then you will be embarrassed as you're getting up and finding other seating. But when you get an invitation, go and choose the least desirable seating, so that when the host arrives, he will tell you, "Friend, please take the best seating." Then you'll be honored in front of everyone around you. People seeking honors for themselves will be humbled, and people who humble themselves will be honored. He told the host, "When you have a breakfast or a supper, don't always invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your rich neighbors, because they'll reciprocate and you will be compensated. But when you have a banquet, invite the poor, the maimed, the lame, and the blind, and then you will be blessed because they can't repay you. You will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." Then someone at the table heard these things and told him, "Blessed is everyone who eats bread in the kingdom of Yehovah." Yeshua replied, "A man once gave a large banquet and invited many guests. When it was time for the banquet, he sent his servant to remind those who were invited, 'Come, everything is ready for you.' To a man they all began to make excuses. The first told him, 'I bought a field and I need to go out and see it. I ask that you allow me to be excused.' Another said, 'I've just bought 5 pair of oxen. I'm on my way to try them out. I ask that you please excuse me.' Another said, 'I'm a newlywed, so I can't come.' The servant came back and told these things to his master. Then the master of the house got angry, and he told his servant, 'Go quickly into the marketplaces and the streets of the town, and bring in the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind.' And the servant said, 'Master, your order has been done, and there is still room.' Then the master told his servant, 'Go out into the streets and beat the bushes, and urge them to come in so that my house will be filled. I am certain that not one of those men who were invited will sample my banquet.' A large crowd was traveling with him. He turned and told them, 'If anyone comes to me who is unwilling to put aside their father and mother, or their brothers or sisters, or their wife and children, or even their own life, they can't be my disciple. Anyone who doesn't carry their own cross and follow me can't be my disciple. Which of you, planning to build a tower, wouldn't first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have the means to finish it? Otherwise, when the foundation is laid, but you are unable to finish it, everyone who sees it will laugh at you and say, 'This person began construction and couldn't afford to finish it.' Or what king, intent on going to war with his neighboring king, doesn't first consider whether his 10,000 soldiers can defeat the man who is coming against him with 20,000? If not, while he is still far away, he would send envoys and negotiate for peace. So no one who couldn't abandon their possessions can be my disciple. Salt is a good thing, but if the salt has deteriorated, how could it be used as seasoning? It isn't fit for the soil or the manure pile. They must throw it away. Anyone who has ears should listen.